Hi, welcome to Educating Northants 2021. I remember when we had this in 2019 and so much has happened since then. So my name is Ginny Bootman. I am a special needs coordinator of 2 primary schools in Northamptonshire. I am also a writer about the role that empathy plays in the school context. I also do talks about the role that empathy plays within the school context. And I'm also an associate of Roy Layton's wonderful company, Undiscovered Country. So a very, very busy life that I lead. And I want to tell you about something which I've found out about really, really recently. So my talk is called We'll Meet Again. And I'm going to look at the role which ethos, pathos, and logos play during special needs meetings. You know, those meetings that we have whereby they're sometimes a little bit tricky, aren't they? And Anita Devi did a wonderful talk not long ago, and she picked up on these, and it really, really resonated with me. And I thought, actually, do you know what? I need to share these with a wider audience because it gives a real structure to special needs meetings. So when we're talking about this, we're actually talking about a triangle. Okay, a triangle. And at the top of the triangle, we have got ethos. And then we have got at the bottom of the triangle, pathos and logos. So if I quickly talk about each of those. So when we look at the top of the triangle and we look at ethos, as a special needs coordinator, I think this really resonates a lot. It's that people see we are trustworthy. They do actually trust us. And parents come to us for our knowledge and our expertise, and they listen, they internalize what we say, and then they make a judgment based on our team approach. So if we go to logos, to the logic, I see this very much as the paperwork, the law, the facts and the figures. And a lot of parents, rightly so, really, really hold on to this logic and this logos aspect when they come to our meetings. And the final one I'm going to talk about is pathos, emotion. From my point of view, empathy, feeling it, feeling what they feel with them. Okay. If you want to find out about making this triangle into a square, then the wonderful Roy Layton is going to add to the triangle to make it into a square, talking about mythos. So as I say, please, please do listen to Roy, because he is actually extending this from the 3 to the 4. Okay, so what does this look like for a SENCO when we are meeting with parents? So if I think to a meeting that I've had where I've met parents for the first time and they have come in and they are my audience and they are actually looking at my credentials, my credibility, and they've heard about me. They've heard about me. They've maybe moved their child from another school because they've heard that I have got certain expertise with special needs. They come in and obviously they check me out, don't they? They actually check that what people have said about me is right. And they question me, rightly so, rightly so. So I have had parents asking me about funding. Have I had funding for children before? Is it likely their child will get funding? They start off on one chair, the Ethos Chair, and then they may move. It's fascinating. They may move to the logic, and they give me a file, and they're checking me out. They're actually looking to see what I do with that information. And actually, generally, I quickly look through it, tell them what I can see, immediately and then say that I'll look at it later, that they're actually on those two parts of that triangle, the credibility and the logic, because they are what is really important to them at that moment in that meeting. Okay. Yes, the emotional aspect is there, but it's not high up on their agenda. Okay. Another meeting I've had, emotional, still talking about the same aspects of funding, but they come in a very highly emotional charged state to say, we need this funding for our child, and we've been let down. We've been let down. And they tell me their story, and I listen to their story. So important. I listen. They are in that state of emotion, and they need to share that. They need to share that story with me, with their audience, once again, to see how I can relate to it, and so that they can see if I am trustworthy. Actually, am I going to do what I say that I will do? So once again, we are within the triangle, but sitting maybe on different chairs within that triangle. It's really, really important during these meetings that we work out what chair the parents are sitting on and what chair do they want us to go to. Actually, if they are emotional, we might sit next to them on that garden bench of emotion and stay there. Or we might realize actually they want us to pull up the logic chair, to give that little bit of logic, to reassure them, yes, they are feeling emotional, but maybe they need the logic chair bringing to the table. Or maybe they need that credibility aspect. And I think as Senkos, what I'm saying is, let's look at the situation as it arises when we have these meetings with parents. Give ourselves time to read those parents, read our audience, and see what they need at that time. So there is where we're at with ethos, pathos, logos. I really, really hope that you maybe want to read up a little bit more about it. I have found it so fascinating on a daily basis. Please do look up Roy's session about mythos, because it adds a whole new dimension to this. I hope you have a fabulous day for the rest of Educating Northants. Thank you. You'll find me at Senko Girl. You'll find me on my website, www.ginnybootman.com. # follow the empathy road. Thank you.